The ballots will be mailed on September 24th, which is, 6 weeks from now. So to Dan's point about what are we going to do to make sure that we actually have a better democracy, we need to be participating in whatever way we can now. Like, this is the moment. Like, when we woke up on November of 2024 and realized that we were going to be in this again, this right now, this election is how we change it. What you do in the next 6 weeks is going to make the difference. So we've all been doing a lot of work. We all have, in all our different ways. But it is right now, and getting those people over the line right now is what is going to make the difference. So, pick a candidate, pick a campaign, pick an action, but please do, especially, post Labor Day, let's go. It is go time. So, the MMOP ballot initiative was approved with 100 words, pretty much exactly the same as it was. So really good news coming out of Board of Canvassers. So there's talk that there's going to be, the legislature might take it up and weaken it next Tuesday on the 25th. And so people are gathering in Lansing for that day. Please call Bonac and McBrooms. Thank you. Have I been away from this? McBroom, and let them know that we want to vote on the MMOP initiative. That's something we can all do. But the other part that the Board of Canvassers did this week is that it looks like, from the staff report, that the horrible Michigan SAVE Act, Americans for Citizens Voting, is not going to be on the ballot. They were so inept in gathering their signatures that they were not able to get it over the line. But here's the really crazy thing. I actually read the details today. We made it over the line with MMOP with 7 signatures to spare. 9. Okay, yeah, an odd number. 7, or it might have been 9. Like, single digits. And they didn't make it by 13. So they turned in 700,000 signatures. We turned in almost 600,000. But theirs were so poorly vetted, and there were so many duplicates and things, that when they did the random poll, that's where it comes down to. And their random poll was so random that, and they had so many bad signatures that they didn't make it by 13. So let's get that. We want to get MMOP over the line. Okay. So I want to talk now about the poll challenger, and then, which is going and watching the elections. We remain concerned about Rock River Township, and so having some people who don't live in the district come and watch is going to be really important. And so I'd be very interested in having a couple of volunteers who'd be willing to go out to Chatham during early in-person voting and up to election day to help watch what's going on there. We're going to need eyes and ears, and it's very awkward for the people who live there to do it. You're not allowed to talk to the voter when you're a poll challenger. So I'm hoping we can, on our from our big network, and get some people in there. Early voting starts, I don't have that date memorized, but thank you. No, because that's not, it's 9 days. Yeah, all right, we'll figure that out. That would be super helpful. And there will be training again. This time for primary I had stipends because it was our first time. We might have type-ins. We're still figuring that out. I would love to have your help there. And that's what I have about. And then Shirley, the amazing Shirley Kriegel, is bringing in someone to train us on deep canvassing. And that's going to happen August 28th, I believe she said. Is that a Friday? August 28th? Thank you. Sorry, I know this is just, we're flowing so well, I know. So to have that opportunity to learn about deep canvassing, Shirley is arranged for one of the people who does it statewide is going to help us with that. And online, actually, it's going to be, there's been a Friday at 10 a.m. phone call with all the indivisibles in House District 1, and that opportunity is going to be with all of us. So there'll be, I don't know, there might be 40 or 50 people on the call, which would be awesome. And Traverse City Indivisible is going to have an election fair on October 10th, which looks interesting, where they've rented their convention center, and they're going to have people and prizes and rides, and they're making it a hootenanny of sorts. I was reading about that today. We also know from the weekly National Indivisible call, there is going to be another big rally. So that's my other main ask. They haven't fully announced, the details aren't fully done yet, but they said that we will have one, and it sounds like it's going to be in October again. So and the Jewish holidays this year are in September, so it seems like it'll be sometime in early October, maybe around, whether it'll be Columbus Day weekend or before or after Columbus Day weekend, it seems likely to me. So we want to think about forming a committee to help make that happen, working with as many people as we can, and we have different roles that people can take on. We've got a lot of the ways of doing this already laid out, and Tina's not here. Tina does a lot of that work. She has a lot of that in her head, but she needs a lot of support. So we can break down the tasks and roles so people can help with that. It'd be great to have just a whole team of people to help make that happen this time. And remember, that's about visibility and about making people feel like they know they're not the only person in our area that feels like we do. That's the point of our demonstrations, is to have that visibility, be seen, just like the visibility debate does every week. Okay, and then my favorite topic, data centers. So, as you probably saw, there's going to be this meeting tomorrow in Forsyth Township. Turns out it's being put together. I went to the Gwynn School Board meeting last night and to talk about the Gwynn Millage. And they said, oh yeah, Forsyth Township, we put this together. Well, we know people are really concerned, so there's going to be members of the military there. And we're going to have somebody from the County Road Commission there. And we're going to talk about the homeless issue, which wasn't even on the flyer. And so it seems to be they're going to have this time for people to come talk. Yeah, it sounds, yeah, I'm worried about that, but I'm going to go. But then to follow up from that and from the data center event with Charlie Behrens, the central hub of NMARD, which is the group of people that put on the event with Charlie Behrens, we're going to meet at the Air Force Museum on September 2nd. So I've moved it from the 26th because it was too soon, especially with this meeting happening. We picked the 26th before we knew the meeting that's happening tomorrow was happening. So we're going to do it that first Wednesday after Labor Day. Oh no, we haven't even gotten to Labor Day yet. Labor Day is really late this year. So September 2nd. And then if you want to go to the state fair, which started today, down in Escanaba, which is pretty fun, you know, corn dogs and Ferris wheels and pet the horses and pet the sheep and all those things. As a 4-H kid, I love this stuff. On the 20th, on Thursday the 20th, which is day after tomorrow, there's a big lunch under a big tent after the UP Veteran of the Year Award, and all the political people go. Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist is going to be there. He's in town tonight. You might have heard he's over at the ODOC right now. And all the people running for office are probably going to be there. So it's a chance to actually go have a one-on-one conversation with them. You really can get some face time and really talk to these people as human beings. If you're choosing a day, thinking about going to the UP State Fair and you're off on next Thursday, that would be a good time to meet with folks. The UP Veteran of the Year is at 10:30, and that's always a really nice ceremony. It was really an honor to get to take part in that when I was serving. You hear about these incredible people who are doing. There was a guy in Ontonagon County who paid for every kid to get to go to Boys State and Girls State in the high school. Of course, there was only 10 kids in the high school in Ontonagon, but he made that happen for kids, right? And then the people here in Jim Provost and a bunch of other people started a van program to make sure that our veterans have a way to get over to Iron Mountain for their medical care. Just did it, got the millage passed, got it, all that work that they've done, just incredible. And so he was honored. And, when I go up and stand at the microphone and say, thank you, but it is really moving to hear these people are here with us doing incredible work. And so the UP Veteran of the Year is at 10:30, and then the lunch is at noon.
I know the state level is pretty important with it being term limited for the governor, but is there anyone above state level that would be notable for that event?
Do you know, Dan, can you say when Abdul will be here? Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that we will hear the second that Abdul Al-Saeed, who's running for Senate, they will make sure that we know if and when he comes up. Seems like he would come up once between now and November. We just have to make sure we all get there when he does. And Callie, who's running for U.S. Congress, is here Friday, right? Did I see that? She's here on Friday. And her office is on the back side of Donkers, there in the little parking lot back there. And she'll be here on the Friday. So that's a critical race, too. Really, really important race. So getting ready for another big rally, bringing together lots of thousands of people, picking a campaign, picking the ballot initiative, and just helping make sure that people know to get out and vote. We had 35% of the population eligible to vote in the primary. And we had twice as many Dems vote. Well, that's not true. 1.5 million Democrats voted, 900,000 Republicans voted. Somebody can do the math. We have to keep that up in order to make sure. This is absolutely the fight that we have to do. That feeling that you had in 2016, or 2016 too, but 2024, when you woke up and you saw that this happened, it is on us in the next 75 days to make that difference.
Did you get clarification on where Callie's? So if you are, I'll just hold it. It's the Jackson Cut Alley, if you know, like by Remy's. Yeah, you go down there, down that alley, and there's the parking lot that used to be Wells Fargo in that parking lot across from South Shore Medical and the depot. If you park there, you'll see it. Because I went to Donkers the other day for lunch and parked back there, and I saw it. It was very obvious where Callie's is, and that's at 5:30 on Friday. That's listed down here also. Also, the mop money over politics. If you want to call Carl, or when you call Carl and Ed, that was the armchair action for LSRI this week. There is a script, there's some information. So if you go to the LSRI website and look at armchair actions, then you can get some information there. There's a script for you even if you would like a script. Just wanted to add that. Is Chris here tonight? No. Oh yeah, I thought I saw you. I love how you guys all get to laugh at me every night, every Tuesday. Hello to them. Chris, did you go to the Friday meeting? Do you want to talk a little bit about it? Are you coming up here? Oh, I was going to say, I'll lower the mic. No, that one wasn't on.
So there's now. Yeah, no, I went and it was probably maybe a quarter of the number of people there that had been there the other night, but still, there were lots of chairs filled. And the board voted to take a document that they had prepared that addressed all the concerns that had been voiced on Monday to send it to the Planning Commission, which met yesterday, but I did not go to that meeting, so I don't know how that turned out. The one thing is there was one item that they wanted a little more specified, the issue of severe damage, and they couldn't express that directly. So the suggestion was, well, put a couple examples in or something like that. So they'll be working on that, and they're supposed to have something by January. That's it, as far as I remember correctly.
That was the Chocolate Township about the sand and gravel mining changes to the zoning ordinance, where they were reducing the variance and all that good stuff.
I'll add to that. They were removing completely any barriers to any the existing ordinance says 1,000 feet, and they took, not only did they not just reduce it, they just eliminated it entirely, and just a whole lot of things about accountability and so on. It's just not there. And on Monday night last, not yesterday, a week ago, the room was filled to overflowing, and we made our objections clear, and the board, you could see them nodding as things were being addressed. So,
any other questions, updates? I have one other thing to share, and it is linked to something Jen said early in. I can't remember exactly, but the Armchair Action Committee met again last night, and we have another action coming up. And I know I've talked about this before, but the website card campaign for democracy. If you are not familiar with that, it has been around for a couple of years now, and that crew develops cards that you can distribute, and the action coming out will be to share card number 38. And because it's armchair action, we've given ideas of forward the link to your friends and family, print or order some of the printed cards, and I said post it on your door or give it to your people that come to your house if you're sitting in your armchair. But we also have bonus actions that are distribute the cards. And the website actually has 3 distribution guides if you're an introvert, extrovert, or between-trovert. So all of those, yeah. So I brought some. I printed some out until my internet decided not to work anymore, and my printer decided not to. So I do have some. The card number 38 is the ones that we're choosing, but you can do any of them. On one side, it says the campaign against the people, and it basically talks about the one big beautiful bill and all that is going to be coming after the midterms. And the other side is the campaign for the people and what we want. The other thing about these cards is there's QR codes and it'll bring you to the website and they have all of their sources. So it's also a way to fight back on some misinformation, which is kind of where we got this idea, because there's a lot of misinformation coming out, especially about Abdul, and we wanted to fight that. Anything else, Cynthia, from last night? Did I kind of nail it? So if you want to look at what this is, or if you want to take some, I do have some up here for that. What other announcements do we have? Anything? Okay, Jen, I was busy looking up. It's October 4th, 24th. Brad and I were looking up. The early voting begins October 24th. So Jen, I'm going to have to come and get some notes from you because I was busy doing that. I didn't multitask. Dan? Yeah. Because we're streaming so they can hear you too.
Just making sure I'm following the protocol. So everyone is aware where our office is at here in Marquette. We are on 715 Washington Street now. We are no longer hidden behind Subway. Now we are hidden behind UP Kinetics. We're a little more visible. 2 doors down from Domino's, right across from Harlow Park. And then we do have one event here in Marquette. Excuse me, I talk for about 12 hours a day, so I'm always losing my voice. We have the state party chair, Curtis Hotel, coming up tomorrow. He is not embodying the word chair. He is going to be up on his feet, out and knocking doors with us at 4 p.m. and then doing a meet and greet at 6:30. So available for all levels of interest. It should be a good deal of fun. I think right now we're sitting at like 40 people for Marquette, and as per what I said earlier, we're making downstate teeny tiny bit jealous, and that just gives me a warm fuzzy.
Curtis is Dan, you know the rules. I specified Graham's here and we got the stream going. Okay, and thank you for that. I just want to say that Curtis is the person that you absolutely want to talk to. Like all of us who get elected, we all have our little roles and places. Curtis is the dude. Curtis is the guy. Like come and tell him what you think and what you want for the Democratic Party. Like you want it to be this, you want it to be better. Come and talk to Curtis. He is a very approachable guy. He plays in a rock band, like dad rock, yacht rock kind of stuff. Tell him I said that. And he is absolutely, when you're like, why is this happening? He can tell you. He is literally the person in charge of the party for Michigan. So come to him with your questions, come to him with your concerns, tell him how you want to have a better democracy and what is he doing to help make that happen. It's very impressive. So I wanted, he's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different places in the Upper Peninsula. Copper Harbor to Menominee, Ironwood to the Sioux. I will give him credit for that. Nobody's done that before. So they are taking us seriously, as he said. And then, like I said, now is the time. So you have a chance to go talk to the dude tomorrow. And 6:30 tomorrow at the office, which is 715 Washington. So it's across from Harlow Park, between the two brick buildings, but not Domino's. Not go to Domino's. You're going too far. Or you haven't gone far enough. You have to go between the two brick buildings and go in the back. That is where they are. So, yeah, thank you for bringing that up because it got stuck to the back of our papers. But this is a really important thing for us.
So the conversation for those watching, because I know like Zeke was gonna for sure. The question is, what time is it? The canvas is at 4, starting from the office. Anna Aho Rink very likely is also going to be there before she heads to Gwyn. Anything else you want me to say in the mic? 6:30. Okay, 6:30 is the meet and greet. So you can talk to Curtis. I did see Curtis when he came up. I don't know. And it was at the Marquette Township, and he made a point that we're not going to be an afterthought, and that there's no reason that we should stay red. So hopefully. Any other announcements? All right. So Dan is here if you want to talk to Dan. Otherwise, I think we are done. Awesome.